Yay! You booked a listing appointment. But do you know the right questions to ask before you go? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty, and today I am about to save you a whole lot of heartache and a whole lot of wasted gas and a whole lot of wasted time to ensure that you know the right questions to ask before you go on a listing appointment. But before we get into it, you already know what it is. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, share this video with your other real estate. Don't be a hater. You want your friends to be good real estate agents too. Share this video so that they will know the right questions to ask too. And get in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know where you're checking in from. And just let me know what's going on with your business. Let's hop into it. So as a brand new real estate agent, and honestly, not even necessarily a brand new real estate agent, but if you aren't used to taking listings, it can be so exciting to get your first listing. But we don't want it to be so exciting that we forget to ask the right questions. I am going to be fully transparent with you and tell you that this is the part that I did not get so right when I first got into the business. And you know what that landed me? It landed me in somebody's living room asking questions, understanding that they either weren't really motivated, the other decision makers weren't available, or they did not have enough equity to actually sell the property. So no worries, you're homegirl. I have you, and I am going to help you with the questions that you need to ask over the phone before you get to your listing appointment. So here's an acronym that I want you to remember. I know that a lot of us, and we have done a video, I'll link it here somewhere, where we do LP Mama when we are talking to buyers, but when we are talking to sellers, y'all, I want to introduce you to LM PopUp. Now, the framework that I'm going to share with you today is just information that you are going, a script, if you will, that you're going to use when you're speaking to a seller to get the information. Now, you have to practice it. You don't want it to sound salesy, but this is information that you need to get from them because it's going to help you prepare better for the listing appointment. So the acronym that we're going to talk about today, y'all, is LM PopUp. Location, what's the location of the property? What is the seller's motivation for selling? How much is the payoff? Are they interviewing other agents? What price are they hoping to get from the home? And scheduling the appointment. So first and foremost, it's really important that you know the location of the home, right? You want to know the exact address for obvious reasons so that you can actually get there. But the location is going to help you to prepare a comparative market analysis before you get to the listing appointment so that you can compare other homes that have sold. Now, when you're talking to the seller, I also suggest that you just casually ask them about any updates they've made to the property, you know, what type of flooring they have, what type of countertops, because once you're speaking to them, don't just say, is it upgraded? Ask for specifics because the information that they give you, you can start mentally looking at the comparable homes that have sold to get an idea before you go of what their home might fetch on the market. Now, the M is really important. What is their motivation? And y'all, we have to really dig deep here because if they just kind of want to see what their home would get, that means that they might not be really motivated to sell. But if they are downsizing, if they are relocating, if there is debt that needs to be paid off and they want to use the equity in the home, if unfortunately their family dynamic is changing and they're going through a divorce, what is leading them to the decision that they need to sell the house? You need to know that so that you can speak to that at the appointment and continually reminding them in a very conversational way of their motivation for selling. The next one is you need to ask. Just come on out with it. Hey, if you have a mortgage on your home, what is the payoff? Do you know how much you owe? And they might say, oh, I think I may owe, I don't know, 100 to 150. Hey, yo, that's a really big difference. And let them know. You can give, before we go, it'll just be really great information from me because I'll be able to give you an estimate of what you may stand to net when you sell the property. So if you could call your mortgage company, or if you pay your mortgage online, a lot of times they have an estimated payoff. Please give me that information because it'll make our appointment that much more fruitful. Like, those are the words that I use so that they understand it's important that I have the information so that I can get them the information that they really want to know, because at the end of the day, sellers want to know what their bottom line is going to be. The next thing that you want to know, and don't be afraid, hey, am I the only agent that you're speaking with, or are you interviewing other agents? Now, don't let this be an intimidating question. Like, don't be scared if they say that they're interviewing other agents. As a matter of fact, if they tell me they're interviewing other agents, I say, absolutely. I totally think that that is a great idea to interview agents, because this is a very important sale. Like, you're selling your first home or your childhood home or whatever it is. I encourage you to interview other agents, but I do ask them, like, where am I ranking? Like, will I be the first agent you're speaking with or the last agent that you're speaking with? Just because we want to know what their mindset is before we even get to the listing appointment. The next thing that you want to know is, what price do they have in mind? And I actually ask this question a different way, because yes, I do want insight if they have a number in terms of, hey, I hope that my home sells for $500,000 or $300,000 or whatever that is. But my question to them would be, after the cost of sale, after everything is all said and done, how much do you hope to walk away with? And I really try to get a number out of them, because again, when I go in and when I do the comparative market analysis, provide them a net sheet, and we start to have conversations about me representing them as an agent, I want to know if we're on the same page, right? If I see that they might net $20,000 after to sell their home, but they're hoping for $100,000, then I know going in that there is a lot of expectation setting that I must do at that appointment. So don't let any of this information overwhelm you, but the more you know before you go, the better the appointment will be. And then finally, y'all, ask for the appointment. And don't say, well, if you're available, like, don't give them their no. When you ask for the appointment, what works best for you? Mornings or afternoons? I have this time and this time available. Please let me know which will work best in your schedule. Anytime someone is really interested in listing, I suggest getting out there fast, like within 48 hours. And here is the key question that you need to ask when setting the appointment. Ready for this? It's important. Are there any other decision makers that need to be present? Listen, is there anybody else who has stake in the sale of this house that can say yay or nay that we need to sit down with? So is that a husband? Is that a brother or sister? Is that a fiance? Is that a cousin? Is that a neighbor? Whoever else that is going to weigh in on you selling this home, they need to be at this meeting, because what will happen is you'll spend all this time developing rapport, giving your information, and winning over that one person. But if that second person who does not know you, who did not experience the presentation, did not experience the appointment, if they're not feeling it, they're going to shut it down. So make sure that before you get in your car and drive 45 minutes for that listing appointment, that you're going and you're meeting all of the decision makers who need to be there in order to sign off to the listing agreement. Now, I hope that this was beneficial for you. And I hope that these questions, just like asking the buyer the right questions, will help you understand how to categorize them. These questions are so important when you are speaking to sellers. So please, please, please get in comments and let me know, what do you think? Are you using these questions, and which ones are you, well, it should be all of them that you're going to use on your next listing appointment. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing with your life? Go ahead and subscribe, and let's connect on social media. And if you haven't already snagged it, I have created my 10 top habits for successful real estate agents, and you need to get it. Y'all, last year in 2021, I closed over $22 million in real estate value as a solo agent following the habits that I give to you freely. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that we can stay connected and you too can become the most amazing real estate agent possible. Talk to you soon.